Yeah, let me tell you, I ain't perfect. These other rappers lie to you in verses. I show the fans my heart, not the surface. My whole life a circus.
Muddy mo, muddy, muddy mo, whoa. Muddy mo, muddy, muddy mo. Bing! What's up, crypto world? It's your boy Muddy Mo, aka the King of Minnows, aka the Dapp White Paper Go. And this is Crypto Dap Yap. Alright. So today we talking about HEX token. We're gonna talk about what is HEX and the top 5 ways to earn HEX. Alright. For all you newcomers, or for all of the people who haven't been in HEX and may have been against HEX, and now that you see the prices jumping, you're in it, I just want to say welcome. But make sure y'all check out all my previous videos on HEX on the Muddy Mo World of Crypto. Alright? Now, you already know, man, I'm the king of Minnows, man. I have my Minnow Minute. Alright, Minnows. Today I'm going to keep it real quick and brief. Buy you some HEX, and I'm going to go through some ways that you can make some more HEX without just selling the token just because the price is rising. Alright? Y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Alright, so what is HEX? Alright, so HEX is a smart contract ERC20 token that's on the Ethereum blockchain. Alright, so Richard Hart, a previous Bitcoin enthusiast, is the face of HEX token. Alright, so him and his developers, he calls HEX the certificate of deposit for the blockchain. Alright, so the CD for the blockchain. Alright, so one thing about HEX that makes it extremely different from a lot of different coins that you might be familiar with is that staking is heavily incentivized on HEX, and it also penalizes you for ending stakes early, just like a typical certificate of deposit would in a bank. Alright, also one thing about HEX, when it initially came out, Richard Hart gave BTC holders HEX. So all you have to do is go to the site and claim your HEX if you were holding BTC before December of 2019. Alright, so one of the key things about HEX is that it has what's called an adoption amplifier, or the AA lobby. What you can do in the AA lobby is essentially buy HEX for ETH. Alright, now the contract is created, the smart contract is created in such a way that if you stake beyond 351 days of the AA lobby, you're going to get what's called a big payday HEX. So simply put, if you buy some HEX and you stake it past 351 days, you're going to get some kind of big payday. Alright, now just like in anything, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. Alright, so if you put a whole lot in, you're going to get probably a bigger payday. Alright, now one thing you guys need to know about HEX is that HEX is specifically, listen to me, HEX is specifically programmed to pump. Alright, how? It's because of the staking. Alright, the major whale accounts that's in HEX token are staking for years. Alright, I think the max amount of time is like 5,500 something days, right? So they're staking for a long amount of time, and they have a lot of HEX that they're staking for that amount of time. Most likely that means that the HEX price won't drop until those whale HEX contracts either unstake or the time runs out. Alright, the way Richard and his developers are approaching this, right, is historical. Listen to me, it's historical. Alright, period. It is. This is already the most unlikely pump of all time if you're basing it off of chart analysis. Y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing! So the best place to buy your HEX is going to be from the AA lobby, because you're going to get 10% more HEX, alright, than you would have if you bought it in another place that I'm going to talk about in just a moment. Alright, why do you get 10%? Since Richard Hart wants a lot of adoption, he's really made this to whereas it's based on referrals. So he wants to refer and get more people knowing about this thing. The way you get in, alright, so you're going to hit that link in the description below. Y'all see that? Take the time. Hit that arrow. Hit the arrow. Got that? Alright, you got that? Then you're going to hit HEX. You see that top link? Hit HEX. Alright, once you do that, what you do, now it's a lot of information on this site, so I don't want you to get confused, because I want all y'all to make this 10%. Alright, make this with Muddy Mo. What you're going to do, you're going to go to the second link on the page that says go.hex.win. Hit that link. Boom. Now you in there. Get your MetaMask, load your ETH onto your MetaMask. Now you ready to get your 10%. Alright, you're going to hit transform. You're going to come over to the transform lobby. Alright, boom, you there. The first thing you're going to do, you're going to look at today. Right now it's just 31 minutes left, right? You can enter here gonna put how much ETH you want to spend. So just say I was going to want to spend 0.005. It lets you do that little amount. I've been doing it. But yeah, just say you want to do that. You're gonna hit enter. Then it's gonna bring up your MetaMask. All right. Now, Minnows, listen up. On MetaMask, it's gonna take some time, especially if it's busy. All right, so it's gonna take some time. Ethereum sucks for that, but Ethereum has a lot of good things going for it. So, all right, see, I see that popped up. All right, so now what you're gonna do, 4 cents is not bad price. It's fairly cheap. So you're gonna hit edit every time as a minnow. All right. Now, as a minnow, I usually try to save as much as possible, so I go to slow, and I'm okay with waiting 6 minutes for it to happen. But just get in, you're gonna hit save, and it's gonna go through. All right. So after that circle stops spinning, this is what it's gonna look like. So you're gonna see the ETH that you put in, right? How much hex you're gonna get for that ETH. That's important. All right. So that's how much you're gonna end up with. And after you're done, it's gonna be a box here that shows up that's gonna be green. You're gonna hit that box, and that's gonna be exiting. And once you exit, the hex is gonna come over here into your hex wallet. Now, the staking. So you can stake here, right? If you stake past day 351, you're gonna be qualifying for a big payday hex. So you see here, the longer pays better. So the longer amount pays better. Also, how much you have pays more too. So if I stake like 40 million, right? Just because of how much it was, I'll get 1,000,000 hex off of that. And just because how long, especially staking past day 351, I would get 6.5 million hex off of that. All right. And when you come down, your stakes look like this. It shows you your interest, how much you've made so far off of them, and your current value. Now let me show you some of my old stakes. All these closed out stakes. All right. So in the past through the A lobby, I've staked a total of 56,000 hex already. Right. You see how much I made? 445 hex off of staking 56,000 worth of hex. That's not great. That's not good. It is a way you can get more hex, I guess, but there's better ways, and I'm about to show you right now. All right, so that is the Hex AA lobby. All right, now the other way you can buy hex is you can come over to Uniswap. All right, decentralized. Uniswap is probably the second best option to buy. So let's just say if I want to use this this little change I got in here, 0.00 neener. So for my little 0.009, I would get 573 hex. Wow, ballin'. No, I'm just playing. So that's another way you can do it. You can go back and forth. If you want to sell your hex, you can do that too. All right. So that's the second way. And the third way that a lot of people don't talk about, that I'm not too excited about, is through Buydesk, the third best way. Now, Buydesk has a little volume, but the big issue with Buydesk is that it's centralized. And y'all know how we feel about centralization. And so you could buy through Buydesk, but if you're going to do that, you might as well go ahead and go to Uniswap and just get it at what it is. All right. That is how you buy some hex. All right. Now, these next platforms, I've talked about each one of them in a separate video, man. So make sure you go to Muddy Mo World of Crypto if you want the in-depth analysis of these smart contracts. All right, this is the top 5 smart contracts where you can earn more hex after you've bought you some. All right, the 5th best smart contract where you can get more hex for your hex is going to be the go.hex.win from Richard Hart. All right, I already gave you the link in the description below. Through that same link, all you have to do is come from transform, where you buy, to stake. All right. Now, one of the things about this is that it's very low divs until you hit this big payday. All right. So you see, I staked 11,000 hex on day 6, and I've only made 309 hex off that 11,000. That's garbage. That's not good. But on the big payday, I'm supposed to get 27,000 hex. All right. But I don't want to wait. And most people in crypto, we can make a lot more before waiting to that big payday. All right. And another thing is, if you want to stake here, that's cool to do, but you got to understand that this big hex payday is going to fluctuate. A couple weeks ago, this was over 40, 50,000 I was expecting. That's going down because more people are getting in. So just keep that in mind. All right. The best thing about getting into Richard Hart staking is that 10% though. It's 10%. All right. So overall, I would say the best thing about staking through Richard Hart's A lobby or staking through Richard Hart's hex contract, smart contract, is that you're going to get a big payday, and you know when it's going to be. It's going to be on day 351. We know that. That's good. All right. But overall, it comes in at number 5. All right. right, so coming in at number 4, we got HEX Rise. Go check Money Mo World of Crypto out if you want the full description of HEX Rise. But HEX Rise, all right? And essentially all HEX Rise is 2 things. It's staking, so you've got down here, you got Richard Hart's, the same thing in Richard Hart's AA Lobby staking, you have it down here. What this contract does, it uses Richard Hart's AA Lobby to stake. So you can bring your HEX over here and you can stake here. All right. Now, let me give you the added value to HEX Rise. With HEX Rise, on every buy and every sell, the token price for these HEX 3 tokens, it inflates. All right. So every buy, every sell is going to cost you more to buy, and then you're going to get more for getting out. All right. So to understand, everything in HEX Rise is based off the price of the token. All right. Now, the negative about HEX Rise is that it's slow. It's super duper slow. And another negative about it is that there's no dividends. You might get a little unstaked HEX, but there's no dividends that we used to seeing in crypto dApps. But if you stake past day 351, essentially there's no reason not to stake it because you're getting the same value that you would get from Richard Hart's AA Lobby or Richard Hart staking. All right. So that's number 4. That's HEX Rise. All right. Coming in at number 3, we got none other than PyroBank. PyroHEX. PyroHEX, all right, comes in at number 3. Now, PyroHEX, a great contract because it was the first mover. PyroBank was the first ecosystem to get HEX on it, all right, so it was up high. This contract balance was very, very high, so that's always going to be a plus for PyroBank. If we start having to jump into the negatives, the reason it's number 3 is because, first off, this contract balance has just been going down. It's just been draining and draining and draining. Also, there hasn't been a lot of new development. As y'all just heard from HEX Rise, you know, these contracts, now the code is out there, you can be able to stake too. Along with this hourglass contract, you should be able to stake, and you can't. And you know, even if it's not staking, something else needs to be happening here at PyroBank because it's just dying and dying and dying. And as you see, man, I pulled out a lot of PyroBank. I did, just because I didn't see the staking. Now, because the price has been going down, the divs have been constant. All right, now you see how little I got in here, right? The divs have been flowing. It's still been flowing, so that's one good thing about it. But they got to get it together, get some development, and possibly get some staking on here. All right, so that was number 3, PyroHEX or PyroBank. All right, now we're coming to the top 2. The top 2, and I will tell y'all this: it's on the same platform. It's on the same platform. HEX 2 comes in at number 2 of the best places to put your HEX. And also, man, make sure you hit that like, man. Get Money Mo algorithm together, man. Get more people viewing this video. Alright. But HEX 2 is the second best place to get more HEX after you've bought it. Alright. So this smart contract has a stable price of HEX in and HEX out. So you know whenever you come into this contract, you're gonna be paying 1.1 in and be getting 0.9 out. Alright. This has the highest total balance of smart contracts right now. So just under 500 million total balance right now for HEX 2. Now, HEX 2, just like HEX Rise and just like HEX Max, which I'll talk about, but just like that, it has the staking. And with this Richard Hart AA Lobby type staking, if you stake here on HEX 2, you still qualify for this big payday. All right, you still get a big payday amount of HEX for staking here. Now, the extra value that makes this better than a couple other contracts, and especially better than Richard Hart's staking, is that you're also getting rewards. All right, so this is a hourglass contract, 10% in, 10% out. Essentially, we know what that is. All right, so you're getting rewards from people coming in and out this contract. Now, the good thing about that is that a lot of whales use this HEX 2 contract because they know what the price is going to be. They don't want to wait. They just want to make, probably a 3 or 4 day stake, make their little HEX and get out of there and sell that. All right, and keep moving. That's what they do. All right. Now, that being said, it's still a lot staked in here. That's a lot staked. All right. So, that is the case. But the only negative I would say is that, this is a whale-friendly contract. And the last thing about HEX 2 is that these are some decent daily divs that come in, man. It's not great. It's not over the top nice, but it's pretty good, man. You already seen, man. I made more HEX in one day here on HEX 2 than I've made in 100 and some days on Richard Hart staking. All right. So, just keep that in mind. You just make a lot more dividends, man. Why not You know, you're gonna get your big payday here too. Why not get some more deals in the meanwhile? There's no reason not to. All right. The number 2 overall smart contract to make more HEX tokens. All right. Now we come to the end, and now the time is near. I face the final curtain. So the number 1 overall place both stake and to get more HEX is none other than the newest contract, the newest HEX contract, HEX Max. All right. HEX Max is a mixture of HEX 2 and HEX Rise. It has the price here, so the price inflates on every buy, right? And outrate goes up on every sell for HEX Max. It's 3 things. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you can have staking here, and again, you're gonna get your HEX, and you're gonna get more HEX from people in these stakes early, but you're also gonna qualify for the big payday. All right, this is gonna pay the same thing that Richard Hart's staking gonna pay, just in the staking. All right, but now we already talked about the price. So over time, if you wait, this price in HEX Max is gonna go up. The third best thing about it is that it's also mixed in with the hourglass stuff, right? So you're also gonna get your rewards from people coming in and out this contract. All right, that's definitely a muddy mo. Bing! I gotta give it 2 more. Bing, bing! That is fire. And I will tell you, the reason why HEX Max is number 1 is because these deals are good deals. They really good deals every day. All right. So now, listen up, y'all. My link is in the description below. Just hit that arrow. You're gonna go right to HEX Max. Hit that link. All right. That's how you get here. All right. That's how you get the most out of your HEX. All right. Y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing. All right. So that was Crypto Dap Yap. And today we talked about the HEX token. Money must start off with the Minnow Minute. And the Minnow Minute was literally 2 words today. Buy HEX. That's it. Alright, then I talked about what is HEX. Then we went into where to buy HEX. And then we talked about the top 5 DeFi-Dapps to get more HEX earnings over time. Alright, so make sure, once again, man, y'all look for the HEX link in the description below. Then from there, you're gonna hit that link that says go.hex.win. That's gonna get you 10% more. Go get that 10%. That's for you. That's for you. Go get that. Alright, go get that. That's for you. And then after that, make sure y'all go hit that HEX Max link in the description below. That's the best place to earn HEX dividends. Alright? And the links to everything else in the description too if y'all are interested. Alright? Y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing! Alright, so you have just experienced Crypto Dap Yap. Alright, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe, man. Make sure you hit that bell. Alright? Also, make sure y'all check me out, Muddy Mo World of Crypto, on YouTube, Library, and Telegram. And also check me out on Twitter at Muddy_Mo. Alright? If you're interested in any of these platforms, the link is in the description below. Y'all want to hear more? Check out the next video. Bing!
We are fly.